Everyone thought the foldable war was just between Samsung and Google, with Apple waiting in the shadows to steal the crown. We have spent years watching minor updates, slight hinge improvements, and prices that just refuse to come down. But while everyone was looking left, a mobile legend was quietly building a weapon on the right that might just end the debate entirely. We are talking about the brand that literally invented the mobile phone, the brand that made flip phones cool before anyone else. And now, in 2026, they have just dropped a device that makes the iPhone look ancient and the Galaxy Z Fold look overpriced. This is the Motorola RAZR Fold. And if the rumors and initial specs are true, Apple shouldn't just be worried. They should be terrified. This isn't just another foldable. It is looking like the best foldable you can buy in 2026, and we have 11 rock-solid reasons why this device is about to change everything. Let's start with the most obvious shift, which is the design itself. For the longest time, when you heard Motorola RAZR, you thought of a clamshell. That makes sense because Motorola pioneered that look way back in 1996 with the StarTAC. That was 30 years ago, and they did it again in 2004 with the RAZR V3, which wasn't just a phone. It was a cultural icon. It was ultra-thin, it had that laser-etched keypad, and it turned mobile phones into fashion accessories. Fast forward to today, and Motorola has been crushing it with the RAZR 60, which goes head-to-head with Samsung's Z Flip 7. But the new RAZR Fold is different. This is Motorola finally stepping into the book-style arena. They're no longer just trying to make a compact phone. They're making a productivity powerhouse. From what we have seen, the form factor is heavily inspired by the Oppo Find series, which is arguably the favorite form factor for foldable enthusiasts. It hits that perfect sweet spot. It appears wider than the Galaxy Z Fold 7's cover screen, which has always felt a bit too narrow and cramped for typing. But it isn't quite as passport-shaped as the Pixel 10 Pro Fold. It sits right in the middle, offering a comfortable, usable shape that feels like a normal phone when it is closed. Speaking of that outer screen, let's talk numbers because they matter. The outer display measures in at 6.56 inches. If you compare that to the competition, the Samsung Z Fold 7 is sitting at roughly 6.5 inches, so the Motorola is noticeably wider. This sounds like a small difference, but in the hand, it changes everything. It means you aren't fighting with a cramped keyboard when you're trying to send a quick text. But the real magic happens when you crack this thing open. You are greeted by a massive 8.1-inch LTPO OLED display. To give you some context, that is larger than the 8-inch screen on the Z Fold 7 and matches the size of the acclaimed Oppo Find. The aspect ratio here is crucial. While Motorola hasn't confirmed the exact pixel math yet, the hands-on visuals it suggests is slightly wider than the Galaxy counterpart. This is a brilliant move because one of the biggest complaints about book-style foldables is the letterboxing you get when watching videos. If a screen is too square, you get massive black bars on the top and bottom, effectively wasting all that screen real estate. By going slightly wider, the RAZR Fold is going to offer a much more immersive content consumption experience. Both of these screens are running at 120 Hz, as you would expect, and the resolution on the inner display is a crisp 2484 by 2232. That is actually higher than the Z Fold 7. So, just on display quality alone, this is shaping up to be the superior choice, especially since you can't officially buy the Oppo Find outside of China. But a great screen means nothing if the phone feels like a brick in your pocket. This is where the build quality comes into play. We don't have the official millimeter count from Motorola yet, but looking at the side-by-side comparisons, it looks incredibly thin. It is estimated to be around 4.5 to 4.8 millimeters thick when unfolded. That is just a hair thicker than the Z Fold 7's 4.2 millimeters, but it is thinner than the Pixel 10 Pro Fold, which sits at 5.2 millimeters. It is going to feel sleek. What really sets it apart visually, though, is the finish. Motorola has leaned heavily into their partnership with Pantone. This isn't just about slapping a generic red or blue label on the box. They're using Pantone standards to create colors that look like they belong on a runway. We are looking at Pantone Black, a stunning Pantone Blue, and a standout Pantone Lily White, which appears to feature a vegan leather finish. This gives the device a grippy, premium texture that you just don't get with cold glass. It signals that this is a high-end luxury product, distinct from the industrial coldness of the iPhone or the Galaxy. Now, here is the feature that might make power users instantly switch. We have to talk about the stylus. For years, Samsung was the king of the stylus with the S Pen, but they have been treating it like an afterthought recently, removing support in some models or making you carry it separately. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold never even bothered with it. But the RAZR Fold is coming swinging with the Moto Pan Ultra. This isn't just a plastic stick, it is available in a matching Pantone carbon color, and it is packed with technology. We are hearing reports of pressure sensitivity, tilt detection similar to the Apple Pencil Pro, and proper palm rejection. But the kicker is the case. It seems the stylus comes with its own case that actually charges it, implying this is an active stylus with its own battery, not a passive one. If you're an artist or someone who takes handwritten notes, this is a game changer. The only other foldables doing this well are Chinese exclusives like the Huawei Mate, which you can't easily get in the US. The Honor Magic V5 is great, but again, not available in the States. The RAZR Fold will be available globally, bringing top-tier stylus support back to the Western market. Let's move on to the cameras, because usually this is where foldables fall apart. Manufacturers often sacrifice camera quality to keep the device thin. Samsung has been guilty of this for years, reusing the same sensors over and over. Motorola, however, seems to have found a way to pack in a flagship-grade shooter. The main sensor is a 50-megapixel Sony LYTIA sensor, which is a fantastic starting point. That is joined by a 50-megapixel ultra-wide with macro support, and this is the big one, a 50-megapixel 3x Periscope telephoto lens. When you compare this to the Z Fold 7, which is still rocking a fairly underwhelming 10-megapixel telephoto and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, the difference is night and day. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold isn't doing much better with its 10.8-megapixel telephoto. We aren't just talking about megapixel counts, though. We are talking about sensor size. The main sensor on the RAZR Fold is 1/1.28 inches. That is big. The telephoto sensor is 1/1.95 inches, which is massive for a zoom lens on a foldable, almost rivaling the sensor size found in the iPhone 17 Pro Max. This means better low-light performance, better natural bokeh, and just crisper images overall. For selfies, you're looking at a 32-megapixel outer camera and a 20-megapixel inner camera. On paper, this camera system destroys the current competition. Under the hood, the performance is looking equally impressive. While we are waiting for the official spec sheet, leaks are pointing to the Snapdragon 8 Legion 5 chip. This is the cutting edge. It will likely be paired with 16 gigabytes of RAM and storage options, ranging from 512 gigabytes up to a terabyte. To put that in perspective, the Z Fold 7 is running on the previous generation Snapdragon 8 Elite, and the Pixel 10 Pro Fold is stuck with the Google Tensor G5, which, let's be honest, has always trailed behind Snapdragon in raw power and efficiency. So, you're getting the fastest chip on the market, which is essential when you are powering two high refresh rate screens and multitasking with heavy apps. Powering all of this is a battery that actually gives us hope. One of the biggest anxiety points for foldable owners is battery life. You have a giant screen that eats power, but usually a battery that is split in two and smaller than a standard phone. Motorola is rumored to be using a silicon carbon battery technology, allowing them to pack more density into a smaller space. We are looking at a 5,200 milliamp-hour capacity. That is 20% larger than the 4,400 milliamp-hour battery in the Z Fold 7 and 3% larger than the Pixel. And when that battery does run dry, you aren't going to be tethered to the wall for hours. The RAZR Fold is expected to support 90-watt fast charging. Compare that to the sluggish 25 watts on the Samsung or the 30 watts on the Pixel, and it's embarrassing for the competition. You can probably top this thing up in a fraction of the time it takes to charge a Galaxy. Then there is the software. This is a divisive topic, but for purists, Motorola has a huge advantage. Pixel phones are loved for their stock Android experience, and Motorola has historically stuck very close to that clean feel. If you have used the RAZR 60, you know what to expect. a bloatware-free, smooth interface that feels like Google intended. This stands in stark contrast to Samsung's One UI, which is heavy, packed with duplicate apps, and sometimes overwhelming. And it is certainly better than many Chinese foldables that come with heavy skins and translation quirks. If you want that clean, Pixel-like software, but with better hardware than the Pixel actually offers, the RAZR Fold is the answer. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, this sounds amazing, but it's going to cost $2,000, right? This is where Motorola plays their ace card. According to the leaks, the RAZR Fold is targeting a price point of around $1,500. Let that sink in. That is $300 less than the Pixel 10 Pro Fold and a whopping $500 less than the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. If they actually hit this price point, it is game over. You are getting better cameras, a faster processor, a bigger battery, faster charging, and stylus support, all for significantly less money. This pricing strategy isn't unbelievable either. Remember that the RAZR 60 launched at $699 in the US, massively undercutting the $1,099 Z Flip 7. Motorola knows they need to be aggressive to win market share, and they're willing to price these devices to move. The timing is the final piece of the puzzle. Sources suggest a launch around summertime, putting it on a collision course with the Z Fold 8. While it would have been nice to see it sooner to compete directly with the current Z Fold 7, launching later might actually work in its favor if the Z Fold 8 turns out to be another incremental update. If Samsung comes out with another minor refresh and Motorola drops this beast for $1,500, the choice for consumers will be incredibly easy. But the biggest selling point, frankly, is availability. There are some incredible foldables in China right now from Honor, Xiaomi, and Vivo, but you can't buy them in the US with a warranty or proper carrier support. The RAZR Fold will be sold on US carriers, supported by US networks, and available in local stores. It puts it in direct competition with the iPhone Fold that is rumored to come later this year. So, should Apple be worried? Absolutely. Should Samsung be panicked? Definitely. Motorola has taken the best parts of the foldable market, the form factor of the Oppo, the software of the Pixel, and the availability of the Galaxy, and combined them into a package that undercuts everyone on price. This is exactly the kind of competition the market needs to stop these companies from getting lazy. I am personally incredibly excited to get my hands on this device and see if it lives up to the hype in the real world. But what about you? Does the lower price tag make you finally want to switch to a foldable, or are you sticking with the traditional slab phone for now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one of them. If you enjoyed this video and are excited for the future of tech, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, share this video with your tech-loving friends, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update on the next big thing. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.